Hello, good evening and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafinda. Now, it's April the 1st, April Fool's Day today, so let's go and see my brother Bilo up at the plots. He's a fool. Let's go and have a look at what he's up to. Catch you in a bit. So those are the florets of kale. They look like little brassicas, don't they? Little, well, they are brassicas. They look like little broccolis. You see them? Florets coming off the kale, so it's going into flower now. It's going into seed. So what better time to eat them? Fresh off the plant. That's what you want. Nothing wrong with them. You actually can't get much healthier than that, I don't think. You can taste that green goodness. So we're back down on the plots. It's Thursday evening, the bank holiday weekend. The Easter bank holiday. Very, very rude of me to speak with my mouth full. I know, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to finish this off and then I'll get back to you. Okay guys, I want this area for peas and beans. At the moment, that's for brassicas, that's for climbing beans. But all of these beds are going to be devoted to peas and beans because the lady farmer loves her peas and I like me beans. So what we're going to do is shift that out the road and prepare it so it's ready to receive. That's one of the little jobs for tonight. Alright, so I've just pulled off the netting from there, the brassica netting. That's brassica netting. Essentially it keeps out the pigeons and the cabbage whites. But that's going to be for beans, so I've cleared that away now and I've just uncovered, I've moved that bag of 6X there and discovered these beasts. Look at these. It's a proper little worm farm going on here. Certainly like that cardboard by the look of it, don't they? Anyway, that was covering up that little bed, but that's going to be for the broad beans there this year. So I'm going to uncover that, make sure all the worms are staying in there, and then raise it up to the same level as the other bed at the side of it, the other sectional bed. So it's the same sort of a height, or maybe even a little bit taller. I'm going to be using that wood there, that old bed, chopping that to pieces and seeing what I can salvage from it. I'll just show you because one of the sides is rotten, but the others seem alright. So we're going to be cannibalising that to create this end piece of the bed. So essentially it's a sectioned off bed that's probably about 16 feet long, but it's going to be in 3 sections like that. Still be used. You can actually do, I'm contemplating the different crops, but that's going to be for the broad beans. That bit's going to be for the peas, and then I'm going to make that end bit for the green beans, the French beans, the climbing beans are going to go in there. So yeah, broad beans, peas and climbing beans. So let me just carry on short. I'll just carry on and sort all this out so you know what I'm on about. Okay, so that's it uncovered. It's taken all the cardboard off and I've shook out the cardboard so the worms are retained, as you can see. So there's not a lot of weed action because the light's been excluded over the winter months by the cardboard. You've not got a lot of weed action going on. But there's certainly plenty of worm action. Now I'm going to get the bed raised up now, and then I'm going to fill it up with some more compost, so we keep the worms nice and warm and happy, because we do like the worms. We want those guys in there. But yeah, I'm going to chop that down, see what we've got and build that up. Okay, so for the sides it's roughly 90 centimetres. You can see it there, and that's the same on this side as well. just shy of 90 centimetres, and then the gap's going to be, let's just take a look at what that gap's going to be. Oh, excuse me. It's going to be 115 centimetres. Right, I'm going to dismantle that and take it to pieces and then draw my measurements out onto the timber. Now, in this next little bit, you'll see that it's not 90 centimetres, it's 86 centimetres, because I've accounted for the front plate that's going to be going across. That's going to take up 4 centimetres, so we're going to lose that off the length of the side pieces. You'll see what I mean. Okay, so we just measure it out to where we want to get it. Make our little mark. We can move that out of the way then. And then, with a square, which is one of these, you can draw your other mark. It's difficult to do one-handed this, but I'll see if I can do it. Sort of. I'm going to have to neaten that up, so I'll need 2 hands for that. Okay, so I'm just going to cut along that line with that jigsaw. Following that line, I should achieve a right angle then. Okay, so the bed's been raised by another 6 inches. I've got to top that off now with a couple of bags of that and some bloodfish and bone. Not going to put the 6X in there because the beans don't need it, but a general decent fertiliser like bloodfish and bone, they'll appreciate that. So that's the next step. Probably a couple of bags of that'll do it. And the bloodfish and bone, I'm going to be putting about 4 cupfuls of bloodfish and bone in with it. Alright, there we have a fine filled bean bed. It's had the amendments in. It's actually had 6 cups full mixed in to the whole mix of the bloodfish and bone. So that should do us for our beans. Just going to make the trellises and stuff for the beans and the peas to climb up. Got the makings of one there, but I'm going to alter that and shift it so it's more of a central. I might even get a central path down there, just a narrow one, say 6 inches down there, so I can walk up and down, and then have the trellises coming off TP wise either side. I don't know. I'll have to have a look into that, see what tickles my pickle later down the line. But of course, that is the freedom of an allotment plot. You can do whatever you want, whatever tickles your pickle, you can do. And that's what we are doing. So yeah, I've just done that tonight. Right, I'll get off now anyway, I'll see you later. Okay, we've only got about half an hour, because it's around 7 o'clock now, so it's good though, that, and we've got another half an hour, 7:30 it goes dark. That's good. But I'm going to clear away that and reattach that end of the bed. So let's crack on. Just cleared a little path for it there with the spade. And then using my knockometer, which is this thing, the knockometer, I'm going to knock the old screws out and then replace them with the new screws. So that's the next step. There we go. Not 100% straight, obviously, boys and girls, but it'll do for an allotment plot. I've reinforced it as well with a few staves. And that'll last us the next year. Probably going to be a bed replacement job going on next year, because they are getting old. They were in well before we actually got the plot, and I've just tarted them up and tried to fix them up as best as I can over the last year or so since we've had them. Can't speak again. I've got that. I think somebody's donated this big long bit of wood here. Discovered that the other day, so I'm going to be doing some stuff with that. It's getting dark now. It was actually 7 o'clock when I got down. It's about 7:45 now, and it's still just about light. People are getting the last of the burns in while they can. I don't think you can burn after the end of this month. But yeah, I've just fixed up that bed while I got down. Watered up in there, watered up in these two as well, and watered up at the top greenhouse, because it's hot, and it's going to be hot this week. And when I say hot, it was 22 degrees today. it hit 22 degrees Celsius today. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I would say it was in the 70s, something like that, Fahrenheit. Okay, thanks very much, boys and girls, for watching yet again. Only a short one tonight. Again, we're on with the tasks of titivation and maintenance and just making good. That's going to get a good paint up this weekend probably. Although I may try and do about an hour a night, but obviously I'm not going to film that, or I might just show it all on Friday night, the transformation with the paint, if it happens. But there'll be certainly something going on down here at the Little Farmer's Farm. I burned a load of wood yesterday over there on Adie's plot. Adie was having a burn, and I got rid of a lot of the timber that was knocking about. So yeah, we're starting to get on top of it. All this needs to be dug over here, and I am toying with the idea of whether or not to move the orchard from the top end down to the bottom end where one of those strawberry beds is. That may well happen, because I might want to clear this out, to be honest, behind me, and have it for growing veggie crops in. We've got about 16 feet by 8 feet there, with the potential to grow in. I might well do that, to be honest with you, and maybe even put in for having another polytunnel, putting another polytunnel up at the top, potentially, or a greenhouse like that. I don't know, it's yet to be decided, that. But yeah, it's peaceful down here, nice. The sun's just about going down now behind the trees over there, and all you can hear is the Tweety birds. And the cars at the back, but mostly the Tweety birds. Right, if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. I've been good and Mafinda. You've been fantastic, beautiful and fragrant if you're a lady, and forthright, masculine and virile if you're a man. And I'll see you next time. Alright, remember, we love you all. Keep growing with your heads down, and keep titivating with you down. See you in a bit. Bye bye now. Take care.